Today we're making one of my most requested recipes. It's a Tres Leches cake.
Funnily enough, it's also my most requested recipe.
Starting off with 3 2/3 cups of all-purpose flour.
He said all-purpose, but the caption reads cake, so I'm just gonna go with 230 grams of cake flour.
Next we have 2 1/4 cups of sugar, or 480 grams.
We're making a half recipe, so 230 grams.
2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1, 2.
1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1.
And now set this aside in our stand mixer.
Now put it aside.
For the wet ingredients, I have 1/3 of a cup of sour cream.
For our wet ingredients, we have half a cup of yogurt that's not expired.
1 1/2 cups of whole milk.
A cup of whole milk.
So good. This is Mexican vanilla.
A splash of vanilla.
Now we're gonna have 8 egg whites in here.
4 egg whites from the creme brulee video.
Give this a quick whisk.
Giving it a quick whisk.
17 tablespoons of unsalted butter.
I found this Icelandic butter in the corner of my fridge. I think my roommate got it because he thinks he deserves more than the normal butter. And the expiration date is a little questionable.
Very moist, and it's gonna moisturize your little fingers.
Add the butter while moisturizing my middle finger.
This is called the reverse crumb method, and I love it.
Sometimes you gotta do things in reverse, like a good cowgirl.
Okay, let's give this a start.
I'm gonna keep pinching it until the butter fully incorporates into the mixture.
The wet mixture, half first.
Add half of the wet mixture and let it mix up.
Check the bowl, make sure nothing bad is happening.
I think something bad is happening.
Beautiful, nice, smooth dough. I'm gonna finish it off just by hand to make sure there's no lumps hanging out around here or there.
I'm gonna do it by hand until the lumps are hanging out here and there.
To get a nice fit for my parchment paper, I'm just gonna cut at the corners. 1, 2.
Now we're gonna do my favorite activity of all time, cutting corners. 3, 4.
You can just fold the corners, and it's all nice and neat.
You can fold the corners in and it will all be nice and neat.
2,000 years.
Now pour your batter in.
Now pour the batter in and watch it smoothly fall into the pan.
Nice job, team.
We're gonna bake this at 350 Fahrenheit, 177 Celsius for about, I think, 40 minutes.
Into oven for 40 minutes.
3/4 of a cup of whole milk.
Half a cup of your first leche.
12 fluid ounce can of evaporated milk.
Half a can of my confusion to how they evaporate milk.
14 ounces of this magical sweetened condensed milk. I don't care if the pants fit. I want to be happy.
Whenever the pants doesn't fit, I just tell myself it's the dryer messing things up.
Now let's give it a whisk and set it aside.
Give it a whisk and set it aside.
The milk is extra good. You can taste it coming. So I'm gonna invert this onto a wire rack. It's already cool.
Invert the cake onto a wired rack.
Clank.
Clank.
So if you didn't want to cut the crust off, that's totally fine. You can just pierce it with a fork over and over and over again.
When the choice between precision and violence is presented, I always go with violence.
Just go slow. The cake is gonna be like a sponge.
Now we pour it in to let it soak up like a sponge.
Yeah. It is moist.
Yeah, it is moist.
It's like sopping wet. For the frosting, we're adding in 3 cups of heavy cream. 1.
For the frosting, we're gonna go with 1 cup of heavy cream.
And then half a cup of confectioner sugar.
1/4 cup of confectioner sugar.
Mix it up until you get those nice, soft, beautiful peaks.
Whip it up on high speed. And this is taking a while, so you already know I'm gonna go beat it on the couch.
Okay, this is just gonna go on top.
Now we're gonna put the cream on top of the cake, which is a sentence I've never used in any other context.
Now you can smooth it all out.
Now I'm gonna smooth it all out.
First one is, of course, the most difficult.
Now we're gonna cut a piece and then carefully take it out.
A tiny strawberry.
Some strawberry jam with no mold in it.
Yeah!
But before that, let's see what you guys think on Instagram.
And it is time for a taste.
I think adding the strawberry jam is looking Italian for some reason. Alright, let's give it a taste.
Me and my broken
The clumps of raw flour in there is throwing me off a lot. I guess I'll mix it more thoroughly next time. I mean, the flavors are all there, but the texture is making me sick a little bit. I'll still finish it though, cause you know, it's sugar. Alright, thank you.